All right, today we're jumping into a story that's all about science, obsession, and a secret that's been hiding for centuries. And as you can guess from the title, this is a mystery that someone is willing to solve no matter what the cost.
So, what if I told you that a book, a 700-year-old book, was holding a secret message? Picture this, a quiet, dusty study, and suddenly, this ancient volume reveals something that could change everything. Well, that's exactly where our story kicks off. Okay, to really get this mystery, you've got to meet the man at the heart of it all, Professor Lidenbrock. And, the best way to understand him is to take a peek into his natural habitat, his study. And this right here, it's like a window straight into his brain. His study isn't just a room, it's practically a museum. Everything has its perfect spot, all neatly ordered and labeled with scientific precision. We're talking flammable minerals here, metallic ones there. It's a world of pure, hardcore science.
Now, into this hyper-focused world steps our narrator, his nephew, Axel. And let me tell you, these two could not be more different. Axel, well, he'd much rather be hanging out with his friends. The professor, on the other hand, his idea of a good time is dusting his mineral collection. This clash, this total opposition, is the backdrop for everything that's about to go down.
And then, just like that, the quiet, predictable routine is absolutely shattered. The professor, who's been hunched over this old book, just completely mesmerized, suddenly shouts this out. So what's got him so fired up? It's just an old dusty book, right?
Well, to the professor, this isn't just any old book. No, this is a real treasure. And his reaction, it tells you everything you need to know about how deep his passion runs.
So the professor is just beaming, telling everyone he found this priceless treasure rummaging around in a local shop. To his nephew, Axel, it just looks like a faded yellow old thing. But to the professor, oh, it's a work of art. And his obsession with it goes way beyond what's written inside.
And this is where you realize he's not just a scientist. He's a full-on bibliomaniac. He is obsessed with the physical book itself. He's just marveling at how, after 700 years, the binding is still flawless. It opens and closes perfectly without a single gap. It's just perfect. So, of course, Axel finally asks, okay, so what is this masterpiece? And the professor reveals its name. It's a famous Icelandic manuscript from the 12th century, a chronicle of Norwegian princes. I mean, that's an incredible historical find for sure. But believe me, its real value is still hiding in plain sight.
Because a simple little accident is about to turn this piece of history into a mind-bending mystery. So as the professor is just admiring the book, running his hands over the Icelandic script, something happens. And it turns out the age of the book, the perfect binding, all of that was the least interesting thing about it. This is it. This is the moment everything changes. As if it was meant to be, a small, dirty piece of parchment just slips out from between the pages and flutters to the floor. A document that has probably been tucked away in there for hundreds and hundreds of years.
So what was on this forgotten little scrap of parchment? Not just a note. Oh no, it was a code, a puzzle, and it just fell into the hands of maybe the one person on the entire planet who was perfectly suited to solve it.
The professor basically dives for it. He pounces on it. And there, on this tiny piece of parchment, is the series of bizarre, mysterious characters. This is it. This is the new mystery.
And he knows what they are right away. These are runic letters, he says. But, that's the easy part. The real question, the one that is about to completely take over his life, is what do they mean? Just so we're all on the same page, runic characters are this ancient alphabet they used in Iceland centuries ago. They're wrapped up in all this history and myth. They're even said to have been invented by the Norse god Odin himself. So this isn't just any code. It's like a message from a whole other time.
And who better to crack a message like that? Get this, Professor Lidenbrock was a legendary polyglot. He could speak a huge chunk of the 2,000 languages on Earth. It's like the puzzle found its perfect match.
So, with this puzzle now in his hands, the professor's famous focus goes into complete overdrive. For him, the rest of the world just disappears. The clock hits 2, and the housekeeper, Martha, calls out that dinner is ready. Axel goes to the table, but the professor, he doesn't even flinch. The minutes just tick by. The soup gets cold. Axel ends up eating the entire ceremonial dinner all by himself. To the professor, food is totally irrelevant now. Only the code matters.
Even the housekeeper knows something is up. This isn't just his normal scientific focus. She's never seen him miss a meal like this. Shaking her head, she says something serious is about to happen. And wow, she had no idea how right she was. Just as Axel is finishing up his dessert, the calm of the house is shattered. Again. But this time it's not a quiet little gasp of wonder. It is a very loud voice, a shout that erupts from the study and practically throws him out of his chair.
And that leaves us with the one final burning question. The professor saw something in those strange runic letters, a secret so huge, so important, that it made him scream. So what could it possibly be? You'll have to find out next time. Thanks for joining me for this